How's it going, YouTube? We are back with another list here. We got the top 10 second baseman for 2021. MLB's list is an interesting one, that is for sure. And I think probably out of all the positions this year, second base is the weakest one. Number 10, they have Albies. Number 9, Altuve. Number 8, Chris Taylor. 7, Solano. 6, Cronenworth. 5, Biggio. 4, Brandon Lau. 3, Ketel Marte. 2, Jeff McNeil. And 1, DJ LeMahieu. One problem I have with the second baseman's list is, aside from the top 3, all these guys are kind of like on the same level. So it's kind of interesting because is Brandon Lau a top 5? If Brandon Lau was a third baseman, for example, would he be top 5? No, probably not. Would he be top 10? 10 maybe? So it's such an interesting position. We have players in here. We have a rookie and Jake Cronenworth. We have Donovan Solano, whose prior seasons aren't great. Chris Taylor, who probably won't even be the second baseman for the Dodgers this year. Or starting second baseman, sorry. And then we have Ozzy Albies and Altuve at top. So it's just a really interesting list. So I'm going to get started with Donovan Solano. Spectacular year. Like, don't get me wrong. Great season for Donovan Solano. Career year. He was hitting up in the 350s for a long time. But where's that been for the rest of his career, you know? Is he going to be one of those guys that has that one crazy year in the bubble and then just disappears off the face of the earth? Or is he going to prove me wrong and he's going to have another spectacular year and solidify himself as maybe a top 5 second baseman? Time will tell, but I just don't see him any higher than that, really, and especially not ahead of some of the other guys on this list. Which brings us to Cronenworth. Back when he got traded, I called him a throw-in because he was not really a big portion of that trade, and he kind of proved everyone wrong about him being a throw-in. He excelled. 100% he excelled. Played multiple positions. Was good in each of them. Probably would have won Rookie of the Year if Devin Williams wasn't the absolute filth monster that he is. But he had a great year. Rookie of the Year numbers, potentially. But is he going to be able to do that again? It's another question. Will he have that sophomore slump that a lot of guys seem to have? Like Bellinger had it. Seager was spectacular in his first official year. I guess you could call it his sophomore year. But his rookie year, he was spectacular. Second year, he got hurt. So a lot of guys that I have seen in my own team system suffer that sophomore slump. And I think he's a prime candidate to have one this year. So that's a big drop for both of these guys. Solano moves back 3 to 7 or to 3 to 10, and then Cronenworth from 6 to 9, which brings us to our next guy here. Brandon Lau. If I'm not mistaken, East Coast people, you guys will have to let me know, but Brandon Lau carried Tampa Bay for a lot of the early portions of the season. Though it was a 60-game season, it all counts the same at the end of the year when a World Series champ is crowned. He was pretty much the only lifeline that they had when it came to offense, because they were not a team that was offensively a powerhouse. They were pitching, bullpen, and clutch hitting. And he was a clutch hitter, but he disappeared when they needed him most, and he hasn't really shown to be that top 5 guy yet. The fact that MLB has him 4 is amazing to me. I have him dropping down 4 spots here. This is a really interesting list, and I can't really say anything more than that because I don't want to rip on the writers, because this is their job. That is their profession. That is what they do. So maybe I'm the clueless one here, but I don't see Brandon Lau as the number 4 shortstop in the league. And if he is number 4 shortstop in the league, the gap between these two is immense. It is immense, to say the least. even as is the way I have this list, not really. Even though as I list this list 5 and up, there's a pretty substantial gap in my opinion. 7. Where do I want to go with this? Where do I want to go with this? Where do I want to go with this? Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor. Can't really. I like Chris Taylor. I think he's gritty. I think he's consistent. Though I think the reason why they decided to let Kike go and keep Chris Taylor is the amount of consistency that he provides. With Kike, you can get 20 bombs maybe, but he's gonna hit you 220. Great defense for Kike Hernandez. No disrespect, I love Kike Hernandez, but Chris Taylor's gonna hit you 260. He's gonna hit you 20 bombs. The defense is, it's not great. It's good. It's serviceable for sure, and he plays multiple positions. He's quick, faster than Kike. So the fact that the Dodgers managed to keep him over Kike shows that they have faith in him. Though I don't believe that he will be the starting second baseman on opening day, because Gavin Lux is having quite the spring training, and I think they will let him blossom into that star second baseman. Because I see the potential. It's so there. He has such a sweet swing, compact, quick, steal you bases, got power, and it's just, he's going to be a star for sure. Let's see. So 7, Chris Taylor. 6. Oh, man. This is a rough one. Gavin. Please tell me I'm supposed to. Yeah. Gavin Biggio. Part of one of the youngest, sweetest infields in the league right now. That Blue Jays team, man, I have a hard time thinking that they can't win that division. I know the Yankees are a powerhouse, but obviously Springer hurt doesn't help, and as well as Robbie Ray, but that infield is young, and they're talented, and really all of them could be poised for a breakout season. And if they do break out, those Bronx Bombers might be in a little bit of trouble over there. But for the time being, Gavin Biggio at number 6. Defensively, a little bit suspect in my opinion. Hasn't really found his stroke yet. It's there. I know it's there. Great. He's going to be a great contact hitter. I don't really know too much about his power though, but we'll see on that. Number 5. And as much as it pains me to put this man here, Jose Altuve. They cheated. Last year, they were not cheating, and he struggled mightily struggled, couldn't hit, couldn't play defense, got a case of the yips. I believe he caught himself in a case of the yips when it came to throwing the ball to first base or fielding it in general. He forgot how to play second base. But in the playoffs, man balled out, and they were back in Dodger Stadium, so maybe they found their secret stash or something, but man balled out. And he's a former MVP, so even though they did cheat that year, we have to put some respect on his name. He's still a top 5 shortstop among these. If I go through all the teams and put maybe a list of the top 10, maybe he isn't. Like my own personal top 10, maybe he isn't. But on this list, rearranging it in my format, he's number 5. Is what it is. Number 4, Ozzy Albies. Now, Ozzy Albies, switch hitting, second baseman, great defense. I think he's a little bit underrated defensively, in my opinion. Power from both sides, got that energy, got that connection with Acuna, signed to a really, really friendly contract. And if he can keep the strikeout percentage down, man, is very, very dangerous. Easily a top 5 second baseman for me. I don't know how they have him at 10. It's the biggest jump on this list, 100%. It's the biggest jump on this list. From 10 to 4. I'm an Albies fan, not gonna lie to you. Number 4, Albies. Now these two are where it gets a little bit iffy for me. And if you go based on last year, then the list really stays the same from these 3. Marte, McNeil, and DJ LeMahieu. No dramatics. Oops, that's a bad M. No dramatics on this one, unfortunately. As much as I want to put Marte ahead of LeMahieu, or ahead of McNeil. McNeil just contact machine, dude. The guy base it after base it after base it after base it. I can foresee him taking a batting title home this year. Guy hits for an amazing average. Marte had a down year, but if you ask me who's going to end up higher up in MVP voting, I'm going to say Marte every day of the week. I think he bounces back this year. Whether he's a second baseman, whether he's a second center fielder, whether he's a shortstop, we'll see. But right, he's listed as a second baseman, so we're going to mark him in as a second baseman. He's 3 for me. McNeil, he's an interesting one because I don't really see too much like defensive prowess out of him, but the contact ability, dude, that guy just barrels up everything and he hits it. He finds holes in the defense. He hits it where they're not. Like I said, batting title probably gonna be up there in contention. And LeMahieu, nobody needs to really. There really should not even be an argument if LeMahieu is the best second baseman right now. The man's a machine. The guy hits opposite field like it's nobody's business. He has decent power. Power for Yankee Stadium, really. He has great Yankee Stadium power, hitting in that bandbox. Gold Glover multiple times. Really, the heart and soul of their team right now, when you consider the fact that Aaron Judge is hurt all the time, as well as Giancarlo. So he takes a lot of the brunt force of that team's offensive capabilities, which would really easily put him in at number 1 for me. But that's going to do it for this list. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, comment what lists you'd like to see done in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.